Morning. Well, it's 11:45 a.m. here. I'm on my way to Universal Studios, but it's a nightmare. They've got this one station, well, there's a couple of stations like this here in Japan. Basically, they're all named, so it's one station, however, it's got 4 different names, but you're at the same station. Make it make sense. I mean, come on. It's so confusing when you have to transfer and then language barriers, but they make everything so complicated here for no reason. Like I was speaking to somebody that lives here and he agrees completely. He's from the Western world originally but lives here, and he says it's just so silly how they do a lot of things, and it's not as futuristic as many tourists who just visit for say a week or 2 or even a month think. But yeah, man, I'm gonna struggle, I think. So yeah, let's try and get back to it. Yeah, to be honest, it's really stressful here. Like, Korea is such a breeze compared to this. If you come here, be prepared for that, and because then the language, but most definitely it's so difficult, everything, that you will really struggle. I remember the first time many years ago I came to Japan, Tokyo, on my own, and after like 2 or 3 days I honestly wanted to just go home, because it's absolutely hell just to get around, to order anything, and it's not changed one bit, and that was a long time ago now. So yeah, be very mindful of that if you do decide to come here. Also, I'd say, my honest opinion, I prefer Korea over here. They're a lot more forthcoming in themselves. There's a lot better things to do and see, for my personal preference. And I just like the place a bit better because they're more friendlier, forthcoming, and the tourists there, the people that are there, the foreigners, they are more willing, you know, they know that themselves they're in the same position, so they literally will go out their way to make friends with you and so forth, and do this and do that, and go here and there. But here you don't really see it, and it's not really the done thing. They're very more introverted here, more so than Korea. But yeah, definitely consider that if you are thinking about coming to Japan, and if it's your first solo trip and you've not done much travel before, do not do it, because you will actually hate it. So basically, it's like, if you imagine Stratford Station, right? It's like, you call it, one side of it's called Stratford Station, then the other side you might call something else, then the other corner you might call something else, and then the other corner you might call it something else, but it's all one station. Then when you get to that station, say you wanted to go from the Central line and use the DLR, you've now got to go to a different train company, man. You've got to buy a different ticket to use that train. It's chaotic. Even themselves, they walk around. They've clearly lived here for years. Like, we think about it. We use the tube. Sometimes we're going to a place to meet a friend or an event or something. We've never been to that area. You TFL it. You quickly look it up. You decide where you want to go. You get to that station, and then you probably don't look at the map again, or you look at it once or twice briefly. But here, everyone is stopping, asking the people, looking up at the signs, because they don't have a clue themselves, because it's so complicated. However, in their defence, their trains are amazing. They leave to the second. Nothing's ever late. It's always on time. Really clean as well. And it's absolutely pin silent, like more silent than London. So guys, after a very stressful morning, I finally made it. Oh God, it was torture. But anyway, let's enjoy it now and see what it has to offer. I've been to the one in LA, I've been to, yeah, that's the only other Universal I've been to. So let's see how this one compares. Side note as well, I've just noticed this huge ride, like a loop thing. I see people screaming their nuts off on it. So I don't think I'm going to be going on that, because I'm not really one for rides. Well, I am, but just not these huge things. So guys, we're in the world of Harry Potter. I really will give it to them as well. It's a good replica. You do actually feel like you're in this Diagon Alley or whatever it was called in the film. I see it so many years ago. I used to fall asleep to them as well because it's so bloody long. So what I will say, guys, is it's crazy. It's got like a minimum wait time on every ride of 70 minutes. 70 minutes. They've got a much better system. I don't know if they've still got it in place, but when I was in Disneyland Tokyo, they had a system with all the major rides. There was like a machine. You'd go up to it, you'd press the button and it would issue a ticket. And then it would tell you on that ticket what time you would come back to that ride and show that ticket to get on that ride at that particular time. Here it doesn't appear that they've got that. So you just got to literally stand in line, wait, and you're probably going to only do a few rides, because you think the time you've gone on 2 rides, that's 140 minutes you waited just to do 2 rides, which are probably going to be under 2 minutes long. So guys, I've sussed it. That's why everything seems so busy here, because everything's so much smaller, like even when you're in the city. But this is a tiny Universal compared to the ones in like LA that I've been to. The space is just, and they don't have as much. There's nowhere near as many rides. Even that Harry Potter world, you can't go inside it or nothing. It's not like the one you got actually in London, where you experience, you go in, you can sit in the Great Hall and all of that kind of stuff. It's just literally the exterior and then a ride, and that's it. Right, so we're about to go on this Jaws ride. I think I might get a bit wet here, but let's see what it's all about. So guys, if you are ever in Osaka, Universal, make sure you go on this Jiu-Jitsu Kaizen ride, especially if you're an anime fan. It's like a VR headset, but it's like you're on actually a roller coaster, and it's telling you this whole story at the time, but it really throws you about and goes pretty damn fast, for me anyway. But yeah, I highly recommend this here. Also, that's another thing, they don't let you film on any rides here. So if you're doing YouTube and you've got a selfie stick or like a GoPro on a stick or anything like that, you won't be able to do it to film on the rides, because they don't allow it at all. Even if you've got like a harness and things, they don't. So you don't get to see anything, basically. So good old me has found an Irish bar, of course. Wherever you are in the world, there's an Irish bar. Now, to be fair, it started to rain outside, so I thought, let me get myself some food and a drink until it dies down. I've got this Uniqlo rain jacket with me. Well, it's not even a rain jacket, it's water repellent. But yeah, for myself, have a little cheeky beer in here, and some food, and then yeah, get back out there, try and get on the last few before I head off back on my mission. It's going to be hell. Oh, I feel litty after a couple of pints. Proper pints for once in Japan. Normally it's not even a pint. Like, they do a weird thing they do. You want small, medium or largie? Largie is like more than a pint. It's like 2 pints here. And then medium is just like a mediocre thing. And small, you might as well not bothered. So guys, I'm going to try and get onto Harry Potter, my last ride, and then head off, because my battery's on 34%. And trust me, you do not want your battery to die in Japan. You will be stuck. You won't be able to communicate. You won't be able to find your way. So yeah, I need to hurry up. So guys, you may remember this. This is not the actual one, because the actual one's in LA, where Chris Brown filmed the Not So Loyal song, or however you call it. And me and TJ, or TJ and I, proper English, actually went to that particular spot, and I remember him doing the dance on there. So this one's for you. They've got it at Hard Rock here as well. We tried to go to all of them across the world. Oh yeah, and people, don't bring a suitcase, a big suitcase wheelie, unless you're doing shopping, because you're going to regret it, because you've got all these stairs in Japan. Check it. And then that goes around the corner, more stairs. You're going to die. Unlike Korea, where they literally have, so clever, they have like these travelator things along the side. So you just put your case on that, and it will literally push it up for you, and you just walk up it. Oh yeah, so I forgot to explain, guys. Right, about the onsen. So an onsen is a Japanese thing. In my hotel, they have no shower in the room at all. It's just the Japanese toilet you see the other day, if you've been watching. So basically, a Japanese onsen is you go up to like the 10th floor, the top of the hotel, and there's you get changed, bollock naked. And then they've got like these little stalls, and the showers are like this low to the ground, and you just sit on the stool and you just shower yourself. But there's loads of other like naked guys in there. And then what they've got like this hot spring thing with the natural water from like the mountain and so forth. But it's really strange, really odd. So what I would advise is, if you're a bit shy, basically make sure that your hotel actually has a shower in the room and not an onsen. Because if it's an onsen, then you're going to have to do that, or otherwise just go smelly until you check out. Yeah, it's fine though. I've had no issues with it. Even the thing with the salt water thingy that's all bubbly and nice, people just getting that bollock naked. Another top tip as well, if you're interested in all the shopping and stuff, a lot of shops close early here compared to places like London, New York. So you'll find that some shops are closed at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. All like the Pokemon stores and things like that, Nintendo World, they close at 8. A lot of the like clothing stores, they'll close at 9. Some you might get lucky where it's 10 o'clock. So now finally I'm going to head on to an izakaya, grab some little munch bits and get a few beers, but not too much, because tomorrow, people, we are off to the countryside. Yes, I'm off to the Japanese countryside. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to get on a bullet train, so you'll get to see that as well. It's going to be really challenging for me, but I'm sure I'll find it. I'll get there eventually, as long as I don't end up in Tokyo on this bullet train, because it goes literally up and down the country. Tokyo, I believe, is about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 max by bullet train. So yeah, pray for me, guys. Pray for me. But yeah, you'll get to see a bit of that, more the authentic Japan. And also I'm going to have a special guest with me that is fluent in Japanese. So you'll hopefully get to introduce you to him. If he's not camera shy and he doesn't mind being on the camera. But yeah, for now, let's get ourselves to that izakaya. Another thing I would say, which is really surprising and pretty bad here, the internet. It is shocking. Compared to Korea, it's so slow. And when you're underground, because when you go to some stations, then there's like basement levels, and it's got all these shopping malls and that here. But what you find is that the internet doesn't work, and then you're lost. So you then, like, you can't know what exit you've got it at, you've got to get out at, or where to change, or unless you've memorized it in your head, or you've taken a screenshot and then you can just check your photos. But yeah, it's really, really bad in comparison. All of the salary men are finally out now. They work so damn hard here as well. I've seen people sitting in cafes and whatever, and hotel window bits, just still working till like 9, 10 o'clock, sat there, and they're on emails. You're just like, mate, give it a rest, put it down. Like, we don't even work this hard in the Western world. So I'm actually drinking with 2 fucking Aussie coppers tonight. Get a face on camera, quick, get it on camera, look. Yeah. I'm just with my Aussie boys. My Aussie boys. Lee, we've ended up in a club with bare fucking grannies. So basically, guys, I didn't even make it to get food. I just met these Aussies, 2 coppers, as you would have seen if you watching the videos. And then basically that's what happened. And I've got to get the Shinkansen tomorrow. But Greg, oh, I've said the name. I shouldn't have said the name. He can speak fluent Japanese, so he's going to help me tomorrow, basically. Oh. Guys, girls, I'm literally got a 7-Eleven and I'm going to bed because I've got to go to Nagoya tomorrow to meet my boy, and it's going to be a difficult one to get there. I've got my 7-Eleven food. There's a good... Anyway, people, I'm on 9% and I'm very close to my hotel, so you're getting nothing else from me tonight. You'll see me in the countryside. A pig!